sailing the withering ways to Amadu's observatory. By all the waters! Those are fast waters indeed. Fast like a roller coaster. And as always, the backgrounds are pretty beautiful. Pretty. Super nice. Our route goes right momentarily, mistress, and so should we. So in a while we'll just take a right, and we should be close to the observatory in no time. Mistress, some distance away up ahead, a structure of some kind. All right, so we're going to have another ruin. My findings suggest Amadu's observatory should be close at hand. First though, we'll just go and visit this little thing and probably, yep, yet another inscription. The ruin here appears to date from the early Empire, mistress. Just wait. I've recovered a model fashioned from brass, just lying out here. We've seen this god before, at the site of the Withering Palace, but I still don't know what he represents. On his arm there seems to be something. This one is several words. Here's your. It's pretty easy. An in, which we are not really sure about. And B, only those three words we know. And I believe I remember the word in. Great, so that was okay. Now, something B, something in your something. Okay, last acolyte, past or never. And here, to be honest, I have to tell you something. The commentary to those few episodes that'll be uploaded in the next few days is a commentary I had to do, like redo from scratch, because it turned out that my microphone, well, I don't really know what happened to my microphone, but it was, the sound came out super low quality. So here I am, I'm trying to deduce what I was thinking while playing the game. I think that the first word we had here was never, because first sign of it was a sign for eternity, depending on what sign preceded it, always or eternity, something like that. So with the X, it's a negation. So the antonym of always would be never. Then in the case of the second word we had to decipher here, the first sign was person, and then the last sign of this compound word was the truth, if I recall correctly. But it was given with a negation here, so a person that does not tell the truth, so a traitor. And the last one is a noun derived from listening, and that would mean that the word here would probably be story. Then we went and explored some more of the nebula here to find Amadu's observatory, and it took us a while, so I will skip this part before we start playing the observatory.
This moon was nothing but cold, cruel rock. It could never have been home to anyone. And yet, someone had been here. And someone was still standing guard.
Well, here we are. Amadu's observatory, or at least something that probably is this place. So, we have a ginormous statue of a god here. The guardian of this place. We've seen this one before, Six. I think it's the sky god. What are you doing here? Huh. I don't see a way up there. Why would you want to climb up there, mistress? Can you not see him from where you stand? I'm an archaeologist. If there's a god here, I want to find out what it thinks it's doing. But why must humans insist on standing on things to understand them? Another good question from our good friend 6. This is an unforgiving place. Were there any other surfaces at all? None. This moon appears most rugged. There must have been something important about this place. Something that made this thing worth building. How old would you say the site was, 6? Based on the weathering of the god statue, nearly 1,500 years old. The path is leveling off. Less the wind.
The path ended at the edge of an enormous crater, where a mountain had been plucked out like a rotten tooth, and something had been built across the wound.
What are we looking at? I have no idea, mistress. Can you scan it, 6? Scan it? Scan for what, mistress? It is a hole. Is it just a hole? It's clearly not just a hole. Scan it for everything. Here is something, mistress, which may or may not be interesting. The tiles lining its surface are a metallic pottery composite. A what composite? Metallic pottery. Heat-resistant, reflective, and conductive. Where did they even get enough metal for this crater? Don't people sift streams for iron dust? There are richer seams on older moons, I believe, mistress, but there does appear to be a considerable wealth of metal here. Holy crap, look at this place. This is an observatory, isn't it? But it looks like an observatory made by, well, not the civilization we are part of in this game. In fact, maybe a civilization like our civilization, our 21st century civilization or something like that. There's a structure over there with a mast. For a flag? I suspect it is functional, mistress. Indeed, perhaps for some kind of beacon. Right. There must be some way to reach it. I believe the rock promontory ahead is blocking the path, mistress. Either the structure below was built around it, or else the surface has subsided somewhat over the years. Subsidence would suggest water in the soil, wouldn't it? It would. Which I find implausible. This looks like a way down, so let's maybe check this place out. Go down the ginormous raider dish and look at what's inside. And then I'd catch me if I fall, 6. Yeah, what an idiotic remark.
The metal ledge halfway down was wide enough for walking.
Alrighty.
Wide enough for robots too.
There's a writing over here. Isn't there? Something at the center. A cupboard? Looks like it has handles. A covered well. Maybe. Or like an entrance to a base. Except, wait, mistress. What is it? I have found something. Gravity, mistress. What? You just discovered gravity? I should have dropped you out of an airlock like I did 5. I beg your pardon, mistress. Well, maybe we shouldn't go there. Just tell me what you found. I have discovered that the gravity within the crater is lower than the gravity outside it. Seriously? That's not possible. No. However, it is a fact. Right, that's strange, isn't it? Let's go around this place and maybe look at the enormous writing here. Maybe it'll tell us something about this place. But it kind of does look like technological. There's writing around the rim. I know some of these signs. Shouldn't be too hard to translate. There's a few words in this one. Start with B. Start with and. The easy ones. And now. Maybe here? Yep. I'm convinced my translation for here is okay. Okie dokie. Now, what we're left here is something consisting of the sign for place, like a livable place, a rock, and a path. So land here, and be, because this is a verb, isn't that? Yeah. Land here and be a verb, a person, signs for plural, then and then signs for denoting the first person, like me, and the last one, a sign that meant something about joining. So maybe welcome. I don't know. It still changed my mind, but land here and be welcome? So, land here? Is this a landing pad? I thought it was supposed to be an observatory, and it does look like a ginormous observatory, like dish, radar dish or something like that. It might not be. How can the gravity be low? Is this dish some kind of machine? Some kind of, I don't know, lens? This dish is just as it appears, mistress. A curved, tiled floor, but perhaps the moon density itself is low. Don't tell me it's hollow. I will do a scan. There's no way I'd keep my balance on this slope if I try to climb down. And there are some big holes to go sliding into, unless we can find a section that hasn't shattered. And there is such a section just over here. But first, I do think we ought to go to the building here.
The scale of the place was mind-boggling. It must have been built by giants for giants.
And it is kind of big, because my stamina is falling. I'm being exhausted. Waters above the air is thin here. Okay. Take your time to recover, mistress. Evidently, it is clear that this place was intended for robot workers. Or was it? Oh, what is this? A little lizard. Like we could have bought on Renaki. There's definitely something inside here. Equipment? Hard to make out. Yeah, but there is something. Something there. Check out. Ooh, a door. How convenient. This looks like a door. Only it won't open. How surprising. So either we can pry the door with a dagger, which I would not recommend because it's an ancient dagger, or we can maybe use the controller here? I believe this door is intended for robots. Is this some kind of mechanism? I can't see how to work it. Just lights. Please stand aside. The locking mechanism is internal and magnetic. Woohoo! You've finally done something useful. Amadu's Observatory. Right? Orders of machines. That's what Amadu said.
A dark, cramped space, stuffed with metal and pipes and wires. It was like I'd turned into an ant and was now crawling around inside the robot.
Yeah, so this is definitely some kind of a control panel. For midgets. Or children. Based on its position just under the window, this must control something out there. But I can't see how to use it. 6, can you operate this? That one controls the temperature of the floor, mistress. That one, however, appears more interesting. Well, can you work it out? I already have. There. I have activated the panel, but I see no change. Huh. Here the power's gone. So what do we do now? Let's look out the window. Someone oversaw this site from here. But oversaw what? Can't have been a good job. It's uncomfortable, cramped, but robots do not care. That's true. So we have found a building made for robots, and there's something on the windowsill there. Yep, a writing. And a long one at that. This one is a phrase run together. Ramps. Robot-operated controls. This site wasn't managed by humans at all. So was that it? We need to check it out. The inscription. We can't decipher it yet, I guess. Well, I know that now, but maybe we know some of those words. So we know a word for mechanicals. We know a word for we. We have the word for follow. Yep. And some conjunctions here. This probably was a bigger word. Not mechanicals as such, but something more. We can keep adding offs everywhere, but that won't really make a difference, will it? I don't think so. Now, we should probably leave this as it is. For now, at least. Until we have some more words in our dictionary, in our lexicon, I guess. Let's keep exploring this place. The place was clearly abandoned. No disaster, no destruction. Whatever it once was, it became obsolete. There's another door here. These seem stuck. I can get my fingers in it, but they won't budge. The power to that section appears to have failed. Unfortunate. Can you divert more power that way? I am not some kind of plumber, mistress. Well, okay. Okay. Didn't mean no harm. No disrespect. Let's just get upstairs and see what's there. Whoops. What was that sound? Yep. Just what I was thinking. I believe it was the lower door resealing itself, mistress. But you can open it again, can't you? I should think so, mistress. Right, that's good. A bit of reassurance. Maybe we'll check out what's outside first? Look at it. It's beautiful. Can you imagine ships coming to rest here like flies on a flower? It does look pretty awesome, doesn't it? Some kind of tripod. And this is like the tripod we saw in the Hermitage. An instrument of some kind. This place is meant to be an observatory after all. I've seen this kind of tripod before. Yeah, you did. It's the same as the one on Janiki's moon, on the roof of the Hermitage near Myerzy. That's what I thought. Now let's look through the fitting. And it's angled to look at the center of the crater, or maybe tilted up to the sky. Impossible to say for sure. Take a look around. Maybe there's something else of interest somewhere here. There was like one button inside. Does this work? I do not believe so, mistress. It seems a lot of the wiring has been rendered purely decorative by time. You'd think the control downstairs still works, or we'd be stuck in here. Well, that's true. It does still work, doesn't it? Statistically, mistress, it will. Well, we won't find out until we find out. First, let's check out the roof. Ooh. Ooh. Look at this. This one's not empty. A telescope? The ladies in Grey and Elbereth had a telescope on the roof. They encouraged us to look at Iox through it and dream. So this place is an observatory after all. Well, let's see what we can see through it. Oh. Oh, there's no eyepiece. What's the use of that? Is this it? The observatory that Renba wanted me to find? Mistress? You have spoken to Renba. Oh, whoops. Right. I think we should tell him. Outside the hermitage where Renba died 6, I spoke to Renba, or an echo of him. He told me to find an observatory, and now we have. Interesting. And yet, there is nothing here.